Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Chicago Weather Talk. Talking today about a warm-up that hopefully is around the bend for us. Hopefully we can get to some more consistent 60s, maybe even some 70s over the next couple of weeks. I'll get to that in a second. First, kind of experimenting today for the first time with my chroma key wall. I set this up just overnight early this morning, kind of having fun with it. Can do some fun things like broadcast to you live from Wrigley Field. Boy, I wish I was in Wrigley Field. Hopefully soon we'll be back there. But for now, I'm going to stick with just my website background for you, chicagoweathertalk.com. It's tied into my YouTube channel. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the features on my blog here first before I get into going into my blog entry for today in a little bit more detail here. But this is chicagoweathertalk.com. I've got entries here posted almost every day. And most of the time, we're just kind of taking a deeper discussion into the weather patterns that are affecting us right now. And that's why I'm going to talk about the warm-up on the way. But occasionally, I'll do some fun posts or some informational posts. This was one of the fun ones. I just recently updated a post I did about forecasters, forecasting from home. Chicago meteorologists doing it more and more. And joining that club was Paul Conrad, my friend recently. Sent me a picture of his operation here. And also Tracy Butler, another friend of mine. And Megan Glaros at CBS 2 Chicago doing a great job. All kinds of folks doing it at home, not just meteorologists, but of course newscasters all over. And I'm kind of trying to do the same kind of setup here in my basement. And so far so good. A lot of technical glitches, but it seems to be working out. Now, a warm-up is on the way for us. That is the blog post for today. At least I'm hopeful that there's a warm-up on the way. I'll get to that in a second, but I want to go back here and kind of practice with my, here we go, with my chroma key. So this is a graphic showing the 6 to 10 day temperature probability from the Climate Prediction Center. And what you're looking at are various shades of color. The blues here out across the west coast, see what I mean by pointing is awkward here. That means those temperatures overall for those regions during this period, this is April 5th through April 9th, should be below average. Doesn't mean there won't be a couple days above average, but it means overall. But notice for us, we have a lot of oranges and reds, especially down in the deep south, almost brown here. This part of the country, almost the eastern two-thirds of the country, is favored overall for temperatures above average from April 5th through April 9th. So that's good news. And if you have no color at all, the absence of color here, it means equal chances pretty much of above or below temperatures overall. Now let me go back and switch over to what's even more promising. Not only are we seeing the 6 to 10 day outlook showing us above average temperatures favored overall, but we're also seeing it for the 8 to 14 day outlook. So this takes us all the way into April 13th. Average high temperature this time of the year somewhere in the low to mid 50s. By the middle of April, we average around 60. By the middle of May, we're getting up to around 70 degrees. So we're hoping that we can string together more 60s over the next couple of weeks, maybe getting into some 70s. As a matter of fact, there is the possibility for some 70s around here before too long. Let me go to the College of DuPage's website here. And I like the way they display some of this information graphically here. This is from the GFS model, the American model, and this is the latest run from earlier today. And if I go out in time here, first of all, let me start short term. This is for Thursday. We're looking at high temperatures getting up near 60 degrees. And this is for Friday afternoon, Friday evening, 60s. But what I really am excited about is we look forward to right here, that's Monday 60s, but it's Tuesday. Look at these 70s soaring all the way up into southern Wisconsin. Let me try to pause that for you right there. 70s all the way up to southern Wisconsin. So let's keep our fingers crossed. One of the things I linked to on this story on my blog site is these warmer temperatures could, and I emphasize could, we don't know for sure, but there have been some studies that are suggesting that there's some hope that as temperatures warm up, especially above the low 60s, that it could help slow the spread of the coronavirus. Not a certainty, but there are some studies that seem to indicate that. That would be great news. That's why we want the warm weather, not just to make us feel better, but hopefully to give us a little bit of a break from that. And maybe the warmer weather will kind of treat this more, or it'll react more like a seasonal flu like we see. That's the hope. Again, no guarantees on that, but let's keep our fingers crossed. So if you like this video, if you like me going into more depth about some of my blog entries, please hit the like button here and make sure you hit subscribe as well. It's been great joining you. Stay safe, everybody.